All right, welcome everyone. So thank you for joining us. This is the Centralina Area Agency on Aging, and we have a mini transportation series to learn about various transportation resources. And so we're so excited today to focus on AARP driver resources. And so, as I mentioned, this is part of a transportation mini series. So you can find more mini videos like this one on our website, and we encourage you to check out those videos to learn more about transportation considerations for older adults. And so today we have Rebecca Gilbert with us from AARP, and we're so excited to have you, Rebecca, to share information about resources that AARP has for older drivers. So I'll turn things over to you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Katie. And hello, everyone. Again, my name is Rebecca Gilbert. I'm the Associate State Director for AARP North Carolina. And today we're going to focus on some driver safety resources for older adults. So here's a little graph for you guys about the changing demographic of US drivers. So here we have the total number of licensed drivers in the US by age for 2013 and 2020. As you can see, the number of licensed drivers has increased by nearly 8% in those 7 years. And the percent of drivers that are over 50 has increased by nearly 14%, which is huge. The big number, though, that we're looking at is the number of drivers who are over 65, which is our primary population, has increased by nearly 30%. And what that means is that as the driving population gets older, we need to provide more resources for those drivers to drive safely and confidently. So when our older drivers over 65 started out, it was a completely different world. Times have really changed in more ways that many of us have even realized. So when today's 60-year-old driver was just 16 years old, airbags had just only been introduced to the public, and they weren't yet a standard feature in every vehicle. I mean, our drivers today, it's just kind of, it's just kind of assumed that there'll be airbags, but before it was not assumed. When today's 72-year-old driver was 16, the Department of Transportation, which is responsible for maintaining and developing our entire nation's transportation systems and infrastructure, was not yet created. So this is evidence that time surely has changed since our older adults started out driving. To stay safe and confident behind the wheel, older drivers really have to adapt to a variety of changes. There are changes to vehicles, traffic laws, roadways, and themselves. Even in just the past 5 to 10 years, there have been significant changes to the car that has required older drivers to keep up with the changing times. And even while a lot of these innovations and changes are positive, there's no denying that they may encourage drivers to get distracted, no matter what age they are, if they don't properly know how to use them. Some of these innovations are, as we know, those GPS systems with those backup cameras that we know and love, voice-activated commands, rear view cameras, those blind spot detection cameras, and lane departure warning systems. Changes in roadways include more roundabouts instead of just traditional intersections, which we know and love in the Charlotte area. There are a lot of digital billboards, wider roadways, and more. Traffic laws have also changed in ways that are different than most older drivers when they took driver's ed. Older drivers also have to learn to recognize and adapt to natural age-related changes, including changes to vision, hearing, reaction time, and flexibility, which we all know tend to change or slow down as we get older. At AARP Driver Safety, we try to ensure that our older American drivers are evolving with the changing driving landscape around them and staying focused despite an increase in potential distractions on the road, and also making sure, most importantly, they stay safe. So AARP Driver Safety is the nation's first and largest driver safety improvement initiative, and is AARP's leading authority on best practices for healthy and safe driving for drivers ages 50 and older. It helps our older drivers continue to drive safely for as long as possible and remain healthy in the process through a variety of educational programs. One of those programs is the AARP Smart Driver course, which is our flagship program providing in-classroom and online courses to licensed drivers over 50 in all 50 states, the DC area, and US territories. It's available in English and Spanish. The CarFit program is a free in-person educational program helping older drivers make adjustments in their car to make sure it fits just right for maximum safety and comfort. So this includes, making sure the seat fits it well, making sure that the cameras are aligned properly. The Smart Driver Truck Tech program is a free online and in-person workshop educating the 50-plus community about the 9 top collision avoidance technologies in vehicles today, focusing on those new technologies we mentioned in the previous slide. The We Need to Talk program is free, and it provides online information and in-person seminars to help families have those difficult conversations with family and loved ones about when it's time to hang up the keys and stop driving. It's available in English and Spanish. Since the AARP Driver Safety Program was founded in 1979, the AARP Smart Driver course, which was originally called 55 Alive and then the AARP Driver Safety Program, there have been a couple iterations, has graduated over 15 million participants, which is amazing. Every year, about 500,000 drivers go through the AARP Smart Driver course, which results in an estimated $128 million in savings through insurance discounts. What's amazing about AARP in general and the AARP driver safety courses is that they're a volunteer-based initiative. There are more than 4,000 volunteers nationwide who help deliver the course, and approximately 30,000 classroom courses are offered every year in all 50 states, DC, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. On average, instructors teach 4 courses a year, and the course has been taught in 14 languages. So this is really amazing because it goes along with the AARP model, where a lot of our work is led by seniors for seniors. And what's great about that is it allows people to connect with each other on a personal level and hear from their peers about issues that are important to both of them. The AARP Smart Driver course is available in a classroom or online setting in English or in other languages. We try to meet people where they're at and work with them in the language that they feel most comfortable communicating in. So the course is research-based and focuses on areas where older drivers could benefit from additional training, including those pesky roundabouts we talked about, which are always popping up in our area, pavement markings, stop sign compliance, and safety issues such as speeding. The format's very easy to follow. So it incorporates adult learning principles, reader-friendly print types, an easy-to-follow format, and supplemental course videos. There are 19 areas of customization for this course. So it's tailored to meet participants' needs, meeting them where they're at, by providing state-specific information that's easy to access and understand. Because as we know, each state has slightly different rules when it comes to the road. The course is developed with input from a national older driver safety expert panel, which is chaired by Dr. Joseph Coughlin of MIT H-Lab. There are a few major objectives of the Smart Driver course. So the objectives are to learn research-based safety strategies that will reduce the likelihood of having a crash, which we all want to avoid. It allows participants to understand the links among the driver, vehicle, and the road environment, and how this awareness encourages safer behavior. They'll learn how aging, medications, alcohol, and other health-related issues affect driving ability and how to adjust to allow for these changes. One big one is that the course increases confidence. As people are more confident driving, they're more likely to follow safety protocols. Folks will know how to drive safely when sharing the road with other road users. They'll learn the newest safety and advanced features in vehicles, like those backup cameras, GPS systems. They'll learn when driving may no longer be safe for them or the other people driving on the road. And they'll explore other ways to travel, especially for those that live in big cities. There are lots of free or reduced cost transportation options. The AARP Driver Safety Smart Driver course has shown to be successful in changing driving-related behaviors among its participants. Research has shown that it's been very effective, showing that the course helps drivers make fewer errors on the road and increases their tendency to self-regulate their own driving behaviors, such as driving less at night or driving less in challenging weather conditions like rain or snow. According to self-reported data, 97% of participants said that they changed at least one key driving behavior as a result of taking the course. The most common behaviors that they changed were always checking those blind spots, using the correct following distance and space cushion behind cars, and paying more attention when entering and exiting highways. Experience with the course was overall very positive. More than 8 in 10 participants said they would likely take it again. If you want to learn more about the AARP Smart Driver course, you can go to aarp.org/drive. As I mentioned, we like to meet our older adults taking this course where they're at. There's full translation for these courses in Spanish for classroom and online courses. There's a course supplement also in traditional Chinese with a DVD and subtitles for Chinese and Spanish. So we're working on expanding these offerings beyond these languages, but this is just a start to making sure that individuals can learn in the language they prefer speaking and understanding. The CarFit program, as I mentioned earlier, helps drivers find the best fit for them. Older drivers are more likely to wear their seatbelts and less likely to speed or drink and drive, which is great. However, older drivers are unfortunately more likely to be killed or seriously injured when a crash does occur due to the greater fragility of their aging bodies. Fortunately, there are ways for drivers to adapt their cars and adjust their fit within their cars to reduce their risk of injury during a crash. The CarFit check takes about 20 minutes to complete, and 12 key areas of the driver's fit to his or her personal vehicle are reviewed in a CarFit checkup, which includes side and rear view mirror adjustment. Knowing how to properly adjust those mirrors can greatly minimize blind spots, allowing drivers to merge or change lanes more safely. Foot positioning to gas and brake pedals is another one. If the driver's reaching with his or her toes to press on the pedals, it can cause fatigues in one's leg and slower reaction times. Another one is distance between the driver and the steering wheel. Drivers run a risk of serious injury if they are sitting closer to 10 inches to the steering wheel. I actually learned this recently. So if you're too close to the steering wheel, then the airbag can't properly protect you if there is a collision. So you have to make sure that you're an adequate distance from it so that the airbag can work as it's designed. So we need to talk family conversations are produced by AARP Driver Safety and based on information created jointly by the Hartford and MIT Age Lab. It's a free 90-minute educational seminar that's available online at aarp.org/we-need-to-talk. There is also a Spanish version of the seminar available. That's available at aarp.org/tenemos que hablar. The seminar offers practical tips and advice to help you determine how to access your loved one's driving skills, and provide tools to help you have this important conversation, which can also be tough. Anyone interested can take the seminar, but it may be especially helpful to caregivers who are caring for their parents or older loved ones and wondering if it may be time for them to hang up the keys. The seminar is interactive and consists of a combination of text, video footage, testimonials, and downloadable handouts. We Need to Talk offers tips and advice on 3 main topics. The first one is the meaning and importance of driving. The second is ways to observe driving skills objectively and how to research and discuss driving alternatives, such as public transportation or ride-sharing services. And the third is how to plan a conversation about hanging up the keys while encouraging the independence of your loved one, which is a really big one. Smart Driver Tech is a free 90-minute workshop which will teach you about the latest high-tech safety features in your current car or what technology to look for when shopping for a new car. There are 9 crash avoidant technologies that have been reducing rear-end crashes by 50%. This program is offered both online and in person and created jointly by AARP and the Hartford. If you want to learn more about the Smart Driver Tech program, you can go to aarp.org/smartdrivertech9. While many people take the AARP Smart Driver course to refresh their own driving skills, the course's reach and impact touches many more than just the drivers themselves. Here are some examples of quotes from participants in their own words. I highly recommend this course for several reasons. You can probably save on your auto insurance. You can learn how to help aging drivers whose skills have become unsafe, who are your friends or relatives, and you might learn something new. That's key because everyone can always learn something new about driving and driver safety, even if they've been driving for years. The next one, I always thought of myself as a good driver and a safe driver. This course reminded me of things I failed to remember. It is a great course and should be taken by all of us seniors. I would recommend this course to every driver to improve their driving skills and knowledge of roadways, traffic signs, and most importantly, to become aware of physical and mental capabilities as we age. Last one, this course adds years to driving and a working life. Thank you. Great note to end on. It is never too late to brush up on your driver safety skills, and it's a really important way to make sure that yourself and your loved ones remain safe behind the wheel and on the road.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. That was an outstanding overview of the wonderful resources that AARP has for older drivers. And we really appreciate you sharing that information with us. As we're closing, we just wanted to share a little bit of information of how people can find out more about transportation options should they need additional assistance. So here we have the website for the National Aging and Disability Transportation Center. And so folks can find out about transportation options nationwide. We also have the North Carolina Association of Area Agencies on Aging. So if people aren't sure where to begin, how to connect with their local transportation resources, they can connect with their local area agency on aging, who can help them find out more information about local transportation resources. We also have, through the North Carolina Division of Aging and Adult Services, a website that lists all of the transportation providers who receive federal and state funding to provide transportation options to older adults. And in addition to that, you can find all of your public transportation providers through a couple of resources, the North Carolina Department of Transportation has a website where you can find your local transportation providers searching by county. We also have the North Carolina Public Transportation Association, which is a wonderful resource, and they have an interactive system map where you can find the public transit systems. Again, that might be available to you. And then for those who might be in our region, this is just the Area Agency on Aging's website for Centralina. And we have a transportation guide where you can find information about the public transportation options as well as nonprofit transportation options that are local to each county in the region that we serve. So we just wanted to close with those additional resources. And that being said, we want to thank you again, Rebecca, for your time and your expertise. And thank you all to all of the viewers at home. We appreciate you taking the time to learn more about transportation options. Thanks, everybody. And we hope you will check out the additional mini series with additional information about transportation considerations for older adults. Thanks, everyone.